welcome back to the channel, and this is part 3 of the Belkits Hyundai build. What we done last time, we done the decaling the interior parts. That's the door cards there, all Kevlar'd up, so I've carried on and got them finished. It was about, I'm sure it was about 19, maybe about 15 decals on each panel there. Look, I'm really happy with it. Some of the decals were numbered up wrong, they were the wrong way round, and I didn't realise till I'd done them, so I had to make the best of a bad situation there. So yeah, I've done them, and I've got the spoiler all carbon fibred up and liveried up. I've got to clear coat these now, so I should probably do this one in a flat, because it looks quite flat in the pictures, so I'll do that flat and then obviously just stick it. It goes there like that. So we'll do that flat and a flat clear. And I've done the backs of the seats again. This was a multi piece decal, but I think it works. It looks really nice. I'm really happy with how that's come out. So there's a couple of bits in here I've got to paint sort of flat black because it's cushioning. And I'm going to clear coat that gloss. It looks gloss in the reference pictures, so do that gloss, and then in here will be flocked, and obviously there somehow. But that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do some flocking. But I'm not going to flock these pieces because that all needs clear coating. But I've got some other bits. I've got the insert for this seat, because it's a multi-piece seat. It sits in there like that. That needs flocking, so I'm going to flock that. Got the dashboard, which I've just masked up with a bit of blue tack. Bits on there that are staying black, because I'm going to do the dash an off black. I've gone for German grey, because in the pit it's not pure black, and I just think it'll break it up a bit. You don't want everything black because you won't see nothing, so I'm going to go for that, and that'll be a flat, and it won't be a lot of flock on that, just a light dust of it, whereas the seats will get a bit more. And we've got the seat pad, that's one of the seat pads on the other seat. That one there goes in there. And I'm going to do the steering wheel, and I'm going to do that with a brush, because it's only the outer ring that's flocked. The rest has all got decals. So I'll do that with I'll just dab some paint on and then sprinkle some flocking on. So paint I'm using for, because what I use this micro balloons, I find personally this is the best. I've got the flocking powder as well. I've got a black and a charcoal in it. I mean, there's no getting away from it. This is a messy job. That's the flock powder. And I find for seats and steering wheels it's just a little bit thick and clumpy. So it's more for a carpet, and obviously rally cars don't really have carpet, so I don't use that for that. It's good stuff, don't get me wrong, but I prefer this stuff. It's more finer. You'll see when it's almost like flour or talcum powder. And what I do, I've got some XF1 in the airbrush here. I'll spray over the part and then just sprinkle the micro balloons over. I do it in a tray because it is, like I said, quite a messy job, and it's not quite as messy as the other stuff, so that's another good reason I like this. But I should get all the bits out of the way that I don't want flock, because pound for a penny I will flock them. So we'll start with this one here, the nice easy, just a small part. I mean, this, I'm not telling you how to do it, this is how I find easy. It's the easiest way I find to do it, so I just literally chuck some paint on it there like that. And you've got to move quite quick because it's quite warm here today as well. And I've put the lid back on, and then it's literally over the tray. Just sprinkle it on. It's as easy as that, and it'll look like it had a snowstorm on it. But bang it off, let it dry for a second or two, and then literally just come in and go over the top of it with a light sprinkling of the paint. And you can't really see it. I'll take some pictures and put it at the end of the video. You can sort of see it there now, look. And that's, you know, I don't think that's going to need any more. I might put a touch more paint over it, and then I might seal it with a clear coat, but I'll use a flat clear. I might give it a bit more. There's a couple of places that are still shiny on the edges, so just don't worry. I do normally use a spray booth, but I'm just doing this to show you. Sprinkle it on. Chances are I wasn't quick enough there. You know, once if you use a tray, you can scrape it back up and put it back in the pot. Lost focus there. Sorry about that. This camera's not the best. But yeah, that's that, and now I should just spray that. There you go. I'll put some pictures at the end. It's not really working, but yeah, I'm happy with that. For that, that's the little base in the seat. Let's say clear coat, and that'll be done. So I'll pop that in there to dry. Now we'll do the big seat. So I've primed this with a black primer. You know, you can prime with anything. So long as I'd say so long as the colour's not darker than the colour you want to use your flock, you'll be fine. And you don't need to flock outside. It's just the inside, because that won't be seen. It sits inside the seat. So just literally put some paint on it. No panache, because you want a texture, so it doesn't matter if it has got a texture. And literally just get here. So leave that dry for a minute, and then I'll dust over with the paint again. Bash it off in the tray. Didn't really stick that. Go again. I mean, if you didn't want to airbrush, you could always just hand brush that and then sprinkle it on. Not end of the world. You very rare do you see you wouldn't see the brush strokes, I don't think. Just put a bit around the edges. I think that'll be fine for that. That's as good as I want it to be, you know, good enough for what I want. It doesn't need to be over texture because it's not. That'll be fine, that. That's how I put pictures up at the end. Just do that there to dry. Now this one, need another clip. This is only going to have a light dusting because it's not overly textured on the dashboard. They're not flocked heavily like they were back in the day. So I'm just literally going to give this a light dusting of the flock. Probably only do it the once for this one. It's just to give it an edge. Blow the excess off there and then just dust over it. Like I say, I'm going to do a slightly different colour on that. I'm going to do I think it's German grey. Yeah, German grey. And that's that. So I'll pause you there a minute. Okay? I'll change the paint in the airbrush, and then I'll come back when I've mixed up the German grey and I'll show you that. I'll just pause it a second. Right, so I forgot we're doing the steering wheel, didn't I? And I was going to do that with a brush. So let's find a brush. Literally, this is quite thin, this XF one. I've put a lot of X20A in it. So I'll just dab it on. Just run round the edge. And then just sprinkle a bit. Hang on a minute, guys. Sorry guys, my phone was ringing. So I hit the wrong button. I didn't pause it, I stopped it. So I don't want that. That's gone on there. So I'm just going to seal it now. You know, just keep it in the where you want it, but it don't have to be too neat, because like I say, you want a textured finish anyway. So, and this is quite watered down, this stuff with X20A. It's quite thin. So I've got a couple of thank yous to do, or a few. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't know if they want to go public, but I'd like to thank the guys that kindly bought me some coffees last night to help with the channel in Sue's live stream. It's really appreciated, and you know, I'm not going to go into gory details, but it's, you know, it helped me out no end. So I'd just like to say thanks, guys. I'm not going to name you, like I said, but you know who you are. Thank you. Very generous group. You know, I certainly didn't set it up for profiteering. I set it up just to help out, because with our stickers, just to help for the postage, like, you know. I didn't, you know. So yeah, it's very much appreciated. Thanks, guys. Right, so we're finished with that now. I'll just chuck that out for a minute. I'll clean it up in a minute. Just wash the brush out. This is just some Mr. Leveling thinners I used to clean in a little pot that I used to clean with brushes. Right, now this is the German grey that I'm going to do the dash. I'm just going to do it lightly. I'm not going to drench it. It's just to give it a tone more than a colour. Just to break it up. That's thinned down like well over 50-50 in there. I wouldn't recommend spraying this stuff without an extractor. I'm only doing it for the video. Normally I got my spray booth just here to the left of me. But you won't hear me if I put that thing going, because the microphone's right next to it. I'll leave that dry, and I'll come back to you in a sec, guys, alright? Give that 5 minutes to dry. Right guys, that's dried, so I'm just going to give it another light coat. I think that'll do it now. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Happy with that. I'll let it dry and I'll peel these bits of blue tack out, and that will keep the semi-gloss black bits that are there. So yeah. Is there anything else I can do? I don't think there is. One thing I was going to ask you guys. I set up another channel because I wanted to break out into, try other genres, and obviously this is called Rally Car Miniatures. I was wondering now, if I was to do that, would you want to see it on another channel, or are you happy to keep it all on this channel? Bearing in mind I'm called Rally Car Miniatures. I'm just interested to see what your thoughts are. Yeah, leave a message down below. And if you like what you see, give us a like and a subscribe, because it all helps. And yeah, I just don't know. It'd be interesting to see what everyone else says. Because I'm happy to do either or. You know, I'll keep two channels, or just do one and do everything on one channel. Tell you what, I got some new precision tweezers the other day. Got these from a niece in Germany, and these are lovely. These are recommended by Nigel's Modelling Bench and Philip Zivita. Both said they were good, so I ordered some because I needed some, because my tweezers were old and they weren't the best. So I got these, and they're really nice. So looking forward to using them in anger. And I got some of their brushes. Wherever I've done, oh, there they are. Couple of 3 of their brushes, Calibri. They look really nice, good for fine detail, really thin tipped. And some of their Q-tips, precision Q-tips, which look really nice. They look that nice, I'm afraid to take them out of the packet, but the service from those guys is brilliant. Really quick service, really nicely packaged. Can't fault them, and it only cost like €6 to get it from Germany over to England, so cheap. Can't complain at that. What else have I had? Well, I got some resin wheels for the Fiesta that I'm doing. I thought I had the right wheels, but they don't fit, so I had to loan off Mum to get these. But yeah, that's that. Don't think no. So I'll do a couple of shout outs now. If you don't know already, I do a live stream on Sundays and Tuesdays with Sue the Ice Queen on our channel, and Saturdays we do one with Paul at Plastic Monkey. If you're not subscribed, pop over. We're there on a Saturday night from 9 o'clock. It's a bit of modelling, just a laugh, you know, general chit chat, and it gets a bit like it at times, a bit close to the bone, but people that, you know, the guys seem to like it, so you know, we enjoy doing it. So if you've not been over, come over and see us on a Saturday. And Sundays and Tuesdays we're on at 7:30 on Sue Ice Queen 7's channel, which is Tuesdays we do like a Facebook you know, people's finished work and stuff, so And there's some great modelers in Sue's group, Ice Queen on Facebook, Ice Queen Scale Models on Facebook. Some great modelers in there, and it's banging out some lovely work at the minute, so it's really good. So I think we'll call that a day for this one. I think next time I'm going to be decaling the body, so we'll do some more decaling. I just wanted to break it out so you're not seeing all decaling, and then there's a bit more paint work to do off camera, and then in case of starting to button it all up, and I've got to make some seat belts. I'll probably do a bit of a video on that as well at some point, because that can be a bit fiddly, so you see me get stressed out with that. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it steady. Cheers.